Wow, Stephanie Jenkins is really pumping out that sub-only content lately. Have you noticed? I think this all stems from what we had seen is where someone had confronted her about her $5 memberships wasn't even worth the $5 because she wasn't giving them anything special. She was completely neglecting doing the sub-only content, and people were tired of that. So it must have got to Miss Thompson because I see she's posted 3 sub-only videos within the past week or so. And that's what I want to talk about. Several days ago, in her sub-only content, she was just ranting about Drew. Okay. Now, Stephanie has admitted to choosing Drew over her children. She claims that about a month or so ago, she was getting ready to leave Drew, and he said, "No, stay and let's work things out." So, of course, she did. And she tells us that she had a place for her and her children to go while they figured out their next housing move. But because Drew said stay, she stayed. So she chose that man over her children once again. Why would she not just go? Do I believe she was going to leave Drew? Absolutely not. Do I believe she had somewhere to go? I think if she does, it's probably with her mother. Maybe they're on good enough terms that she actually is to the point of wanting to go there. Or maybe the brother she spoke of not too long ago. Or whatever family member's house she was at when she had made the video speaking on the kids playing in the room and how nice it was, and there was 2 bathrooms. You remember all of that, right? So this quote-unquote mother chose her man again over her kids. Then she's going on about how her and Drew are just pretty much on 2 different pages here lately. And she's sick of people thinking that she can't see this, how disconnected that they are. And she had told him that, if they're going to be stuck in this shelter all summer and through these kids' birthdays yet again this year, then why can't once or twice a month they go stay somewhere nice? And Drew says, maybe. Not as much as I dislike Drew. And it's no fact, neither one of them can manage money. Okay? But it seems to me that Drew actually may have a teeny bit more sense than Stephanie when it comes to financial decisions. Why would you want to waste several $100s a month to go from one room to another room? And she said that would be making meaningful memories. Why is Drew so opposed to making meaningful memories? I actually think Drew was opposed to spending that extra money and to use that money to secure some type of housing. But she can't see it that way. Then she starts speaking about the relationship between Drew and the little baby girl, Manova. And of course, she has to enter race into this because she knows how black men are with their daughter. What does the color of any man's skin have to do with how they are with a daughter? She is obsessed. She wants to talk about black men anytime she can. Not just men, black men. She wants to make everything about a color for some reason. That just completely, I don't get it. But she was speaking on the relationship that Drew has. And she understands that's his daughter and they are so close and this and that. She came off as if she is jealous that Drew spends more time with this baby than with her. Okay, of course, Drew has one daughter. All his other children are boys. Of course, he's going to favor her some. She's the baby. Of course, she's going to get favored some. But she doesn't understand why Drew can't be the same with Addie and Bella. Okay, he very well may love those 2 girls. But let's face it, those are not his children. So he's always going to have a closer, more special bond with his own child. And she can't seem to grasp that either. And what really kind of bothered me through all this talk She didn't mention Atlas not one time. She wants to go on about, the relationship between him and these girls. What about Atlas? She cares nothing about that little boy. I don't care what anyone says. And she had posted on FB today. I'm wandering off a little here. And something about if she puts Atlas into school, they're not going to just let him be himself. They're not going to let him walk around. They're not going to let him be himself. No, she doesn't want to put that child into school. And how's she going to put him into school anyway? She's not even potty trained. And I'm quite certain she's not even trying to potty train him because she tells us everything else. So I'm sure it would have came up even in just a quick little something here or there, potty training Atlas. But no. Can't be bothered with Atlas. And I hate to tell her, yes, they're not going to force him, tie him down in a seat. And it would make a world of difference for him to socialize with kids his own age. And then she can start the process immediately. She needs to get him properly diagnosed and start the process of getting him an IEP. And if they say that, he needs time to decompress or whatever and walk around, they will 100% allow that. But it's always these excuses to keep her children right next to her and away from anybody else. So, the whole thing was pretty much a bash Drew. And she wants to complain about how she's always stuck in the room, always, and he can't. He just doesn't think about that. And he's sleeping on the couch by choice because she's been co-sleeping with these children now for quite some time. So there's just really, no room in the bed. But the other night when he was off work, they all had gotten in the bed together, but she was on the bed and then onto the clothing and all her samples and stuff. Well, maybe if you cleaned the room, you could lay in your bed properly. But I just can't, she claims a month ago she's going to leave him. And it's all this, everything Drew's doing wrong now. And, but next week it's going to be my man, my King Daddy Drew. Praise God, I manifested King Daddy Drew. Let me kiss his feet. It's going to be all that all over again. Even though this week, he can't do no right. But I cannot believe a mother choosing. I mean, I know it happens all the time, but to just come online and basically tell us, yeah, I decided to stay with you instead of taking my children somewhere comfortable to be while we figure out our next housing move. And to basically be jealous of the relationship that he has with Manova. This woman is off her rocker. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me know what you think.